Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. So sorry because it's quite late for today process because this morning I'm still set up with my other subject degree. So that's why supposedly when our class started I already done with the process of uploading the notes and the lecture. Okay, so yeah, supposedly this topic is on the last Monday, but due to some error on topic 6, so I make it a new one, and yeah, for this coming next week I will try my best if I can do some amendment on topic 5 as you mentioned. There is audible, right? Okay, so topic 7 today is about manufacturing and service technologies. And yeah, what is service and manufacturing technologies? So when we're talking about service and manufacturing technologies, we are talking about how does this technology enhancing certain of the work productivity in the organization. So I believe when we're talking about these technologies, nowadays, if we are obsolete or might be outdated of these technologies, um, we might be lack in terms of following the trending and then following the latest and updates of the information, especially technology information technology. Sorry. So when we're talking about this thing, of course, in all one organization, in order to make sure that you are really competitive enough, okay, and of course, this is very important to make sure that the technology able to revamp, okay, all the things that might be obsolete and also outdated in our company. All right, so okay, we move to I mean like the stated by the text. Technology refers to the works processes, techniques, machines and action used to transform input into outputs. So we are talking about the transformational process, okay, that involving technology that able to make sure that the work processes, okay, become more easier. And then of course when we're talking about the work processes, the techniques, okay, example I take like in Japan itself, okay, the techniques what they use is JIT, just in time, okay, so it able to actually producing a product at the right quantity without any what we call any waste, and indirectly it able to make sure that the production is delivered on time, and of course how many quantity been used only for that particular time. So I think that it is the most good and impressive, okay, in terms of the work processes itself, okay. And as you can see from here, okay, technology influence the organizational structure, okay, and of course indirectly when we involving those technology, we can reducing a lot of the human labor capital, okay, and of course the cost might be, it can be either low cost, it can be high cost when we already replace with the technology, because somehow technology also needs some to be facilitated in a very conducive environment, okay, and the best thing is they want to make sure that the technology itself have to be following the trend, and they have services, okay, and regularly services, for example, it cannot just 24 hours non-stop in a month and yearly without doing some maintenance and so forth. So if you say technology is cheaper compared to the human capital, I do have some argument on this, because I believe that technology and human capital is complementary. We need both actually. Alright, and then understanding technology help detects how the organization can be designed for efficiency. Of course, we cannot deny this is undeniable, because we're talking about technology. It helps a lot to the organization to improve in terms of their performance in technology, and of course the quantity as well, and the quality. And as you can see from here, the bolded words we have core technology relates to the transformation of process to provide goods or services. And while for the non-core technology is not directly related to the primary missions of the organization. So basically when you see from here, right? So how to say this, because when we're talking about the core technology, okay, we see how does the process from the input to the output, because we're talking about transformational process. Okay, let's say I want like let's say we want have like a car, let's say, right? So a car is not start with the input just a car, right? It start with like only we do have steel, and then we have some parts like tires, engine, steering, windows, and then after they do some assemble those things, and they put into some machinery in order to make sure that all the compartments and the components been together, and then there will be in the output, okay, at the end will be a car. Okay, so we can see that that is a core technology. See how the process from input goes to the transmission process and then go to the output. Okay, but for the non-core technology, it's not directly related to the primary missions of the organization. We need to say they are not totally using this technology in order to achieve their goal. Maybe the primary mission is quite be another counterparts, okay, another mission. Okay, all right, so we're moving to the next one. Okay, the core transformational process for a manufacturing company. So we do have uh, basically in the company we do have human resource, accounting, R&D, and also marketing. So as you can see from here, this is a non-core department, whereby for the core department is involving like you see raw materials. So non-core in here you can relate with like non-core technology. So like human resource, okay, and then accounting, R&D, marketing, they do involve, but they are not involving directly. They manage those people, for example recruiting the labor, right? So that is tasked by human resource. Accounting, maybe they calculate on the budget on to do that operation. Okay, R&D keep doing their research and development, doing some innovation, and then marketing is order to sell the product and services that we provide. So I believe that this is a non-core technology because it's not involve the technology directly compared with the core work technology. Okay, they do have raw materials input, and then they do also have core work processes. Okay, you see the round in the circle, the one, and then we do also have product or service output. So the materials is handling and mining, and then they do have the inspection and also assembly. So the core technology is keep keep rotating, you see, inside the core work process. All right, and then we move to the pressure affecting organization design. So it's been stated here, according to the strategic design needs, we do have environment, strategy, and direction. And then we also have the optimum organization design, and we do have the operation design needs, which is the work process. Okay, um, if you ask me, okay, what actually pressure the affecting organization design? Number one, of course, we're talking about the environment itself. Okay, the environment is actually forcing us to use the technology. Okay, example that what happened in our current time like COVID-19, right? Due to this pandemic, okay, it actually improve us. It actually not improve, it's actually forcing us indirectly, not forcing, it's more like what choice we have, right? In order to communicate, in order to struggle for our work, in order to continue with our study, let's say, right? So we have to use the technology in order to continue with our day-to-day routine work. Okay, so that's why the environment is forcing us. Okay, and then the strategic direction, we're talking about the company itself. Where is their mission? Where is their vision of the company? And of course, when they do have the operation design needs, like the second error below here, right? So they're talking about the work processes, whether how the process from input to output, whereby they have to go with like transformational process itself. All right. So we're moving to manufacturing firm. Okay. So it's been stated here. Technical complexity define the extent of the mechanization of the manufacturing process. So we're talking about the technical complexity. How does the technical work itself able to make sure that they have some mechanism on manufacturing process, automated proses yang melibatkan automatic, yang melibatkan, kita kata, involving the process on manufacturer. You have some process of manufacturing. Okay, so they have three basic technology defined by Woodward. Woodward is actually the scholars, the authors. Okay, we have small batch and unit production, large batch and mass production, and continuous process production. Okay, so this is maybe popular in the question asking about what we call uh, the several of the production here, different types, I can say, different groups and types. Okay, so this is the first one, Woodsword classification based on the system of production. So they have group 1, they have group 2, they have group 3, and then they have small batches and unit production. Okay, and you can see from here, number 1 until 5, the production of the single pieces to the customer orders, and the production technically complex units one by one, and then fabrications of the large equipment in the stages, and the production of the pieces in the small batches, and number 5, production of the component in large pages subsequently assembled, okay, diversely, and also the 6 1, production of the large batches assembly line types. Okay, so a small part, small batch, and unit production being segregate. And if you realize from here, in terms of the technical complexity is very low compared to the number 2. Okay, group 2 is the large batch and the mass production. So the production of the large batch is assembly line type, and yeah, this is assembly. Okay, they are according to, yeah, one process to the another process. And then group 3, continuous process production, we have mass production. And then number 8, we have continuous process production combined with the preparation of the product for sale by large batch or mass production methods. And number 9, continuous process production of chemical in batches. And number 10, continuous flow production of liquids, gases, and solid shapes. So this is the process involving continuous process. From one part to the another part, they have continuous. So they have, in order to make sure that the product is complete, they have to be continuous from one department, not department, by one sub-unit to the another sub-unit. And in terms of the technical complexity is very high, which means group 3 is more on concern on more technical part. Okay, because they said technical complexity in here. So this is the relationship between the technical complexity and the structural characteristic. So we do have a few of the characteristic. Okay, we have number of management levels, supervisor span of control, direct or indirect ratio, labor ratio, manager or total personnel ratio, worker skill levels, formalized procedure, centralization, amount of verbal communication, amount of written communication, and overall structure. So it's divided into 3 here. We have unit production, we have organics, and then we do have mass production, we have mechanistic, and continuous process is under organic. So for those who are not clear what is organic mechanistic, so I want you to refer back to the topic 1. We already touched on this one. What is the difference between organic and also mechanistic organization? All right, and then we also have the strategy, technology, and performance. Okay, so basically when we're talking about strategy, structure, and technology needs to be aligned. Yeah, because we are talking about how does the process. Okay, we want to make sure that every single of this strategy, structure, and technology need to be parallel. Parallel ni selari. Successful firms have the complementary structure and technologies. Okay, I told you before, like me, I believe on they're not 100% of the technology wise, but depends on what industry. But we still needs the humans capital as to make sure the rationality of the work. Okay, because somehow when we use robotic now, this is the era on the AI, right? Artificial intelligence. Okay, so basically people just relying on the robotics mechanisms like using machinery, okay, technology, and 100% trust on that. This is a good for the improvement of technology, but somehow in terms of rationality, yeah, are you get me or not? It's something like your rationality to do that work non-stop, for example 24 hours is operating, but if human, they might be totally exhausted due to that, right? So maybe in terms of the comparison on whether energetic or maybe into the production quantity wise, of course technology is giving such a good impact, but in terms of humanity, so I believe that we still need some humans, okay, capital in order to lay together in terms like been stated here, strategy, structure, and technology have to be aligned. And then failing to adopt new technology or failing to realign strategy can lead to the poor performance. It's true because um, when the new company or maybe a company adopting a new technology, somehow we need some training, so training should be given by the expertise to the people who want you to be trained, so meaning to say is the trainee. So the trainer should give the training to the trainee to make sure that they are well versed and not so verbal, but I'm saying that they are familiar. They have to be familiar with the task that be given to them. And that's from that, after they've been familiar, they will become competent. After they will become competent, they will become well versed with their job. So that's why we should know whether you can adopt with the new technology or not. It back to the management, back whether you're giving the training or not. You get me? So, hook by crook. Okay, if you're just giving some accusation, okay, for example, that you blame your poor performance employee due to maybe they fail to adopt new technology, maybe you should ask back whether the company or the employers is giving the proper training to them. So this is back to back. It's vice versa, And then this is involving digital factory, okay, digital factory, okay, and the shop floor have been revolutionized. So we have computer aided design, CAD. So this is very actually prominent term, very popular. You just Google this one, you can get a lot of information regarding this what we call terms in the technology. Computer aided design, we have CAD, computer aided manufacturing, CAM, and then we also have manufacturing process management, MPM, integrated information network, IIN, and also product lifecycle management, PLM. Also called computer integrated manufacturing, flexible manufacturing system, smart factoring, advanced manufacturing technology, and agile I think agile manufacturing. All right, so this is a flexible manufacturing technology versus traditional technologies. Okay, so we have the small batch to the unlimited batch, and then we have standardized goes to the customized. We have product flexibility and batch size, and we can see the traditional is start with like small batch to the mass production and continuous process. That one is the traditional, but the new one right now is small batch goes to the flexible manufacturing and mass customization. See, this is how the variety between the flexible manufacturing technology and also traditional. And I believe that when you're doing the mass customization, actually you have a pool of the variety of the product, and you can see a lots of the still do some customization, okay, but actually it's mass. Okay, why it's mass? Because you see, because of the flexible manufacturing being started here. Okay, that's why for those who have manual, please read it. Okay, go through with this topic, and then you can find out what I'm trying to say today. Okay, all right. So lean manufacturing. Okay, this is one of the kind of technology. Okay, what is the lean manufacturing? Okay, lean manufacturing is highly trained employees at every stages of the production. So it cut waste and improve the quality, and it incorporates the technological elements, and pave the ways of the mass customization. And of course, they're using mass production technology to quickly and cost effectively assemble individual goods for the customer. So I told before, right? Okay, hook by crook, when invented, sorry, not invented, you introducing the new technology, what the best thing, you have to give training. So they've been stated in here, highly trained employees at every stage of the production. So to make sure the production line is smooth, that is the most important thing. Okay, and they said also that the bolder word here paved the way for the mass customization, meaning to say they're using the mass production technology to quickly and cost effectively assemble individual goods for the customer. So meaning to say in here, you have to make sure that the customer really good, okay, in terms of how their assembles line, how they giving such impact to the customer itself, okay, because we're talking about in terms of when you're able to meet the requirement demand from the customer who want, they want something like customized product, but at the same time they want in bulk, for example they want in the large quantity, so you can do it in both. You can do by using this mass production, or we can use the mass customization. Okay, for example like food, right? Food right now, they have a lot of food. Is it mass? Yes, it's mass. But you can customize it according to your needs and preference. Maybe you want to maybe increase their RAM. Maybe you want to increase the processor. You want to do it design like this. So you have that customization rights. All right. And then performance and structural implications. So we do have flexible manufacturing allows diverse products to be made on one assembly line. So we do have computer aided craftsmanship, okay, and then we do have more efficient, increased productivity, decreased scrap, and also customer satisfaction. So when we do flexible manufacturing, this is allow they say diverse product to be made in one assembly line, and this is their advantage. Okay, decrease scrap in here, meaning to say it able to reduce in term of the waste. The waste meaning to say uh, we the good company, especially a factory, when you're able to minimize your waste, actually this is a good of how you manage your, especially we're talking about resources. Okay, we're talking about resources, we're talking about raw materials, we're talking about your um labor cost itself. So decrease scrap indirectly, it able to make sure that your performance is in on track. All right, and then the comparison of the organizational characteristic. Okay, so we do have one, two, three. We do have structure, human resource, inter-organizational. Okay, so they have span of control between mass production and digital factory. And if you realize, okay, they do have each of the component characteristic on here. Okay, maybe I should see from the task something like difference. In terms of the task, mass production mostly is routine and repetitive, but compared to digital factory, they are more adaptive and craft-like. So digital factory is more on you actually invented or to have some innovation on it. And when we're talking about the overall, okay, they have bureaucratic, and also they do have like mechanistic, and like digital factory they do have like self-regulating and also organic. Okay, in the human resource itself, okay, in a mass production is narrow and one time. Okay, however for the digital factory it's more on broad and frequent. So that this is a difference between digital factory and mass production. And for the inter-organizational, we do have the customer demands. Okay, for the mass production is stable because we know how much they allocate for this month. Okay, the demand is do not different, so obvious. Obviously, it's not so obviously changed. But compared to digital factory, it keep changing. So meaning to say they have dynamics of demand from the customer. All right, and then we do also have service firm. Okay, um, Service technologies are different from manufacturing technologies and require different organizational design. And we do have education, healthcare, transportation, and banking, and all have unique dimensions. Okay, and of course, they do say that services have intangible output. For those do not know what's mean service or intangible thing, intangible is somehow the thing you can use, but you can't see it in physical way. Okay, you can't touch, like you touch a table, you can't touch like laptop. That one is tangible, but intangible is like you use that service but you can't see it physically. Okay, you cannot touch. Okay, there is indirect, so there is a direct interaction with the customer and employee, so human element is important. Yeah, in service, basically I believe that you cannot have total 100% of technology because we need human rationality, as I told you just now. Okay, kita memerlukan uh, kewarasan. Okay, I'm so sorry to foreign student. I need some translation here. Kewarasan cara manusia berfikir. Okay, so that's why we need human element. So human element is very important, and the quality of the service cannot be directly measured. So somehow certain companies say this is a good quality, this one good quality, this one good quality. So um, yeah, we cannot say it because it different from one part to the another part. From one quality system will be totally different. All right, and then core organization service technology. Okay, we do have service, product, and service, and product itself only. You see or not, they have three, can I say three, not quadrant, but three basic, how they divided it into different way here. So for the service technology, we do have intangible output, production and consumption take place simultaneously, and then labor and knowledge intensive. Number four, customer interaction generally high, and then we do have human element very important, and the quality is persistent and difficult to measure. Number seven, rapid response time is usually necessary, and the eight one, site of the facilities is extremely important. This was under service. We have airline, hotel, consultant, healthcare, and also law firm. Okay, whereby for the product, we do have soft drink companies, steel companies, automobile manufacturers, mining corporation, and also food processing plants. So manufacturing technology, they are more on tangible product. I told you before, if let's say you want to process handphone, so handphone will be like tangible. We can see, we can touch, we can hear, right? Okay, and product can be inventoried for later consumption. Yeah, because you can put into stocks. Okay, compared like intangible, we can't stock it. Okay, yeah, stocking. Yeah, all right. And then capital asset intensive, of course we have machinery. We see the machinery, we can see what is technology being used. Okay, so anything innovation, and then little direct customer interaction because you 100% will go for the manufacturing line, assembly line. Human element may be less important. This why compared to service, I believe that for the manufacturing technology like products, 100% it can be used technology itself. Okay, robotics or maybe use artificial intelligence. And quality is directly measured. Yeah, if let's say the product is not meet requirement by QC, quality controller officer, for example. So they will throw it away or reject the product because it's not meet the quality. But it's different from the quality in services because services we have to see and observe, we have to experience it. Then we can see, oh, this is a quality product, this is quality services. And longer response time is acceptable, okay, of course. And the last one, side of the facility is moderately important. So for the product and service, we do have fast food outlets. So that's why for those asking me, madam, if let's say like McDonald's is do some delivery to us, so whether it's a service technology or manufacturing technology, is both because you combine both in here. You have apps, okay, from McDonald's. You have, of course, your phone, internet, and then we do have the delivery guy man, okay, and then we do have the restaurant itself. So it's involved both. It's product and service, okay. And cosmetic, yeah, I'm agree on this because cosmetic also somehow they do have the product at the same time. They create your faces, yeah. They can make your maybe from like me just null and natural, and then maybe they can do some makeup artist MUA, right? Okay, and then you will become different person, and because that is more MUA, okay, services, right? And then real estate, yeah, that is product and services also because you do have house, okay, land, and then it's been construct, and then there will be have like housing developer and so forth, right? And then you will actually do some service in order to make sure that there is agreement, stamping, all the processes to buy the house. So everything is about service, huh? And stock brokers, okay, this is talking about your stock, your shares, okay. Some people maybe recommend you to buy and sell this stock at the moment, at the time, that time, during that time, or during now, or maybe now, something like that. And retail stores, we have like, yeah, retail store also, if like Tesco, if I'm not mistaken, they do some delivery to the house, okay. You can go there, do your physical contact on your shopping on the groceries. At the same time, you can also do some shopping, online shopping, and then you just click add to cart, and then just waiting your groceries that been chosen by you through online to your house. So that is also product and services. All right. And then trend towards the lean services, we have customer expectation are rising. Okay. Of course, when we're talking about lean services, there is a rising on I mean like there is a high demand towards that, okay. And the expectation have required that the service firm must become lean too, meaning cut the waste and improve the customer service. Of course, because we're talking about lean services in here, there should have the customer service department to ensure that every single sort of services have to be delivered well. And let's say they have some complaints, response, feedback from the customer, there is the person in charge, okay, in order to entertain the customer complaints, in order to improve the customer service. This is very important because service, we can't touch it, okay. So how you want to make sure we touch the service, we have to experience it. When we experience, maybe it's whether it's a good experience or bad experience, so we have to give the feedback to those who are provide that service, so to make sure that in future the service can be better and better, it can have some improvement, and then adopt continuous improvement approach. So we're talking about the continuous improvement approach in here. We're talking about how does it able to approach ataupun to adopt these lean services toward your company itself. All right, and then we do have the structural characteristic and human resource. We do have service and product. Okay, so as you can see from here, we have separate boundary roles, geographical distinction. Okay, decision making. Okay, you have to remember at least this table. And formalization, we have lower and higher, decentralized, centralized, much, little, few, many. And human resource, employee skill level, we have higher, lower, skill, emphasize, interpersonal, and technical. All right. So designing the service organization. Okay. Service organization are not necessarily large. Yeah, true. Okay, because somehow certain company, they are small company. Okay, but they do the service organization. And somehow they start from home. Okay, we do not know. Oh, they don't have brick and mortar physical store. They just start from home. It's only because it's online business, right? Often small location close to customer. Yeah, this is very important to make sure that customer have the accessibles toward you, accessible and also achievable. I believe that. And then service organization require technical core employees close to the customer, of course, because we want to make sure that anything regards the customer complaint, regards the customer feedback, response, we can give the best service to our customer. And the service customer interact directly with the technical employees. Yeah, of course, because we want to do something, let's say it's involving like maybe new technology, like, so we have some frequently asked question, right? So somehow the service customer department will interact towards that. Okay, now this the era and revolution on technology, right? So everything will be based totally on the part here, okay, on online. And employees need knowledge, awareness, and interpersonal skill, and decision making is often decentralized. So yeah, basically this is how decision making been done, okay. Decentralized meaning to say in here, decision making can be made by your lower level employees without waiting for the bureaucratic, okay, top management to decide on that. So this is a good thing because mostly the lower level employees, okay, operation line, right? Operation line employees doing direct to the job, and they are the one who actually can know what is the problem. Let's say about the technology itself, they are doing that on the job training, yeah, OJT, right? The job itself. So make sure, okay, they are well versed in the kind of thing. Of course, they are well versed because they are direct doing the job. If you ask top management, you ask CEO, they would not know what is that. Okay, they can give some policy, they can give command, but they are not directly doing that job. So I believe that the decision making, it can be decentralized by those people. Okay, all right, and then we do have non-core departmental technology. Okay, every department, non-core departmental technology means like human resource, accounting. We do have R&D, and also we have marketing. Okay, every department in an organization have the production process. Yeah, agreed. They have variety. Okay, variety means frequency of unexpected and novel event. Novel meaning to say not your novel book, but we're talking about differentiation. Okay, you do have differentiation towards your product. Okay, and yeah, of course they have differentiation, uniqueness. So when you have uniqueness, rare product, you're able to capture the attentions of the customer to go with your product. Analyzability, ability to apply standard procedure. Standard, during this COVID, always we heard this word, right? Standard procedure, SOP. They mean they have some rules and regulation on that. Okay, routine versus non-routine dimension, engineering technology and craft technology. So this is basically framework for departmental technologies. You see from the low one, we have routine and non-routine. Okay, and then we have departmental technologies. Okay, can read. Okay, department design. Overall design is either organic or mechanistic. We do have discuss on this. Okay, um, design characteristic vary, okay, depending to on the work unit. Yeah, it have formalization, decentralization, employee skill level, span of control, communication, and coordination. This is also already actually mentioned in the previous topic. If you see, I don't remember topic 2 or 3, but we're talking about how does the company have been designed on formalized, how it can be in decentralized, and how the skill of the employees, okay, and how the span of control, whether people are below you, how they can actually do some we call it as command and instruct them, right? Okay, and then communication and coordination. So this is all been repeat again. Okay, so relationship of department technology to structure and management characteristic, we do have mostly organic design. Okay, and then we do have organic design, mechanistic design, mostly mechanistic design, and also the key. So workflow interdependence our department, the extent to which departments depend on each other for resources or materials. Yeah, I agree, because let's say maybe how to say that, production team, right? Okay, they need certain compartments, they need some materials, and each the compartment and material needs to be has some structured, have to be demand, have to get some requirement from the department that need it. So that's why, of course, each of the department will have interrelated on that. And low interdependent mean the department can do their work interdependently. Sorry, can do their work independent. If let's say they have low independence, okay, interdependence meaning they are not relying to each other. So meaning to say they can do work separately. I do my work, you can do your work. So that's mean low interdependent. But high interdependence meaning to say I need you, you need me. Something like our department need and collaborate each other. Okay. So if let's say like in manufacturing, car manufacturing, right? Tires, windows, engine, what else? steering, okay, what else? Compartment inside the car, they are high interdependence. Each other are interconnected each other to make and to build the car, a car, right? Okay, and then interdependent and management implementation. Okay, we do have demand on horizontal communication, decision making, type of coordination required, and priority for locating units close together. So we have pool bank form of interdependence. We have sequential assembly line, and also we have reciprocal like hospital. So you see, this is how the type low, medium, high. So this is also one of I think that importance that you have to at least you can picturing how the way on the form of interdependence on that. Okay, so you see interdependence of department involved in the flight departure process. Okay, yeah, in one flight to make sure that the passenger can have their flight departure process. So this is all thing interrelated: baggage agent, operation agent, RAM agent, ticket agent, caterers, cargo handler, mechanics, pilot, flight attendants. We just like passenger, we see the flight attendants, and I don't think we see pilot somehow. Sometimes we can see that, but somehow flight attendant. But actually, the whole of the process is all here. Fuel attendants, cabin cleaners, gate agents. So all in here are involved. If not, our luggage, everything should be some outwear, right? I think I see. I watched some documentary. Dubai airport was the biggest one, and wow, it's very impressive to see the process of how every single is very structured. They do have many like the process of the luggage, right? They have 2 3 layers, okay, to make sure that because that Dubai airport was the biggest airport in this world, if I'm not mistaken, from that documentary. So, wow, when we see that, yeah, every single the cleaners, all those people doing very good job. Okay, make sure that everything clean. Okay, and yeah, I think this is because of this, because all the interdependence of the partner, because they are the largest airport, they have to make sure they give the best services. All right, so we do have the structural priority and implication. Reciprocal interdependence should receive first priority, and reciprocal activities should be grouped together. Okay, and then poor coordination will cause poor performance, of course, and organization should be designed to address interdependence. So whether it's high interdependence or low interdependence, it depends on how the sub-unit process of the work itself. If the work needs high interdependence, meaning to say it rely each other. Like I said just now, in order to make a car, every single compartment, every single the function features have to be interrelated and perform well. When they have the low, meaning to say they can do the work separately. Okay, and this is the coordination for interdependence. Okay, maybe you can see this, all right? Okay, and then we have new product development, sequential product manufacturer, pool product delivery. So they do have, there are lots of graph, diagram in this chapter. Okay, not the graph diagram, but the diagram itself. Okay, and then they have mutual adjustment, face-to-face communication planning, vertical communication plans and rules. So this is relationship or interdependent and team play characteristic. We have baseball, football, basketball. Okay, so how the team game here. Okay, and yeah, we're talking about the impact of technology on the job designs. So on the technology impact, we have job design, socio-technical system, job design, job simplification, job rotation, job enrichment, and job enlargement. For those have manual, I want you to read on this. Okay, this is all the terms and it's very important. Okay, and socio-technical system approach recognize the interaction of technical and human needs. Okay, and then we do have socio-technical system model. We have the social system and also the technical system. For the social system, we do have individual and team behavior, organization, team culture, management practice, leadership style, degree of communication openness, and individual needs and desire. Okay, wait now. um, individual needs and desires. Okay, and then technical system, type of production technology, small batch mass production, level of interdependence, complexity, nature of raw material, and time pressure. Okay, and then nature of raw material and time pressure. Okay, so we do have design for joint optimization. We have work rules, tasks, workflow, goal and value, skill and abilities. So basically, we do have two here, social system and technical system. So technical is more on production technology type, level of interdependence, physical work setting, complexity, nature of the raw materials, and also time pressure. Okay, and whereby for the social system, they are more on individual and team behavior, organization, team culture, management practices, leadership style, and degree of communication openness, and individual need and desire. So this is in the one socio-technical system model. Okay, and yeah, design essential in this topic to highlight and conclude key research notes that technology and structure can be co-aligned. So service technology differ in a systematic way from manufacturing technology. Yep, because manufacturing technology is more on products, okay, whereby service is a service, and it is important to apply the correct management system to our department. And of course, because even though you can see that they have the same industry, but somehow we can see how does the leader itself able to apply the correct management system on the department, because different department they have different in terms of their nature of work. Okay, work nature is totally different, so that's why the correct management system have to be derived, have to be applied in a very good way to make sure that the smoothness of the job to be done. Okay, and then interdependence among department detects that the amount of communication and coordination required in design and new technologies are enriching jobs to make organization a happier place to work. And the last one, socio-technological system theory attempts to design systems that meet technical and human aspect. So this is very important. Okay, as I mentioned just now, we cannot just say it like uh, what to say. Yeah, even though we're using technology, but we cannot rely 100% technology as well. We need human rationalization to do and guiding the job. Okay. Uh, yeah, it's a lot of technical in this topic, right? So, thank you so much for listening, and I'm so sorry if let's say maybe some parts of my explanation is not so, you cannot blend it well. So I hope that when you get the books and the manual after you order, then you can read from that a lot. Trust me, you will not have any loss when you buy the manual. Okay, and they have lengthy information inside that. All right. So thank you so much for taking. Thank you so much for listening up to my video lecture, and then thank you so much for those subscribe to my channel. Okay, and I hope that you stay safe, take care, stay healthy, and yeah, assalamualaikum, thank you.